What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Following the tragic breakup of TGT, Tank is back to give us a sequel to his 2007 album, Sex, Love, and Pain. Now, this album is going to satisfy Tank's core audience enough. I feel like he has a unique sound, and the sound to me is more vintage R&B. Like, if you play some of these records like Better For You, Already in Love, Him, Her, Them, those type of records you can place into the 90s and they would fit right in. And because R&B has changed so much since the 90s, Tank's, his music kind of stands out in a good way. Anybody that listens to it is going to be in for a treat. I think the one thing that I liked about the album is that he stays true to his roots, but at the same time he's trying to experiment a little bit. And his experiments come in the form of like flows. Like if you listen to Fucking With Me, you can hear Young Thug's Danny Glover flow. And that's kind of crazy. Like I instantly spotted that. I'm like, wait, that's a Young Thug flow, and it's like an R&B song. So it's not like he's trying to rap. It's an R&B song. So I thought it was really creative to be able to emulate a hip hop flow and convert that into R&B, and it's recognizable. So when you listen to that record, you're like, oh, there it is. And like, there's a little bit of Drake's Marvin's Room flow on B-Day, which is the record featuring Chris Brown, Sage the Gemini, and Sia. I didn't really care for that record though. It's just kind of there as filler. I think the second half for me was way better because on the second half you have So Cold, you have Better For You, you have Already in Love, and then Him, Her, and Them, which I'm gonna say closes the album. Now the album is closed in a terrible way. There's a skit. It's called Bishop Cognac. Now, it doesn't fit into the album at all. It's just kind of there, and it pisses me off. Like, why is this ending the album? Why is a skit ending an album? I know there's been cases in the past where skits have ended albums, and it makes sense, but there's no skits on Sex, Love, and Pain 2, so it just kind of comes out of left field, and you're like, wait, that's it? That's all? Okay, restart the album. For me personally, I'm getting rid of that skit. I'm not listening to it anymore. Every time that I played it every time that I got to it after the first time I listened to it, I'm like, okay, restart the album. It's not worth it. It's just one of those skits that just doesn't fit. And going back to like how Tank is experimenting a little bit, there's a couple things that I didn't like that he did, and one of them was he used the words on fleek. I don't really want to hear Tank say on fleek, and he said that on Him, Her, and Them. But it's not like a big deal, but it's something that I noticed, and I was like, yeah, stop that, don't do it. The other thing was, in the one record that I really don't like is She With The Shit. That's with Rich Homie Quan. I don't think Rich Homie Quan fits into a Tank album, and the whole record itself just kind of comes off as forced. It doesn't fit into the entire cohesiveness of this album. And you have other artists like Wale and Yo Gotti who definitely do have a little bit of R&B side to him. You know, Yo Gotti has that, he has this record on his last album, I Am, with Neo, and I think Wale's on that as well. And, you know, that was a really good record. So Yo Gotti definitely fit in on the record. He's on I Love You. And Wale, sounds good on You Don't Know. But like I said, the only thing I didn't really care for is B-Day and She With The Shit. Those are the two records that I could live without, as well as the skit. But overall, it's a very good album. It lives up to the title. It lives up to the high expectations of creating a sequel to a really good album. And I think if you're a Tank fan, if you're not a Tank fan, you're still going to enjoy this, regardless. So those are my thoughts on Sex, Love, and Pain 2. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermon's Domain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.